Okay. We're awake. It's Monday. Woo! I need coffee. Okay. Yeah. So, I literally woke up this morning. Good morning, Addison. Good morning, David. Woke up this morning and I did not want to wake up. I was sleeping so good, but my birds were screaming. My birds were all, eh. So, I may be making parakeet soup later. Maybe, possibly. There's not very much meat on there. Morning, Amy. Okay. So yeah, which kind of led me to the topic of the day, because in a roundabout way, because my birds were fighting so much, they were acting like they were not able to get along. And actually I had to uncover them, and now they're hopefully going to be peaceful. Hopefully going to be peaceful, because I do know that they can live together, unlike what we're going to be talking about. They can't live together. So it's one of those things. But as they were fighting and screaming, and I was trying to figure out what the heck to talk about and drink enough coffee to appear halfway awake for everybody, kind of came in that a great topic is the topic of the two strangers in our life that really cannot live together, I should say. They cannot live together. So as we move into this, it's interesting, and I know that for myself, as well as for so many people that I'm looking out there, and I guess I've done so many appointments in the last few days. I was thinking about, like, I've done all these different appointments and all these different transformational things that happened, and new consults and clients that I've been working with, and just growth. And the thing that I've really noticed, because I normally don't do that many appointments back to back, I normally kind of space them out and everything, but I definitely crammed a whole bunch into a few days over the end of last week. And what I realized was that I've kind of taken on a little bit of everybody's energy, and I think it's because I'm in such a creative mode and transformation myself that I kind of have everything kind of open, and so I'm taking on a little bit of everybody's energy to a degree. And what I caught in that energy was there was a lot of fear and doubt energy floating around with people over the end of last week, because I have been in such, just complete certainty and excitement and enthusiasm. And then yesterday I woke up and I just was bleh, on a Sunday morning. And I'm like, okay, it is my Sunday. I don't do anything on Sundays for the most part. I mean, I might fiddle around with, like, fixing something or something like that, but I don't. Or if I have to have something, like I had 3 proposals that I had to get back to people, so I made sure that those got done late last night so everybody would wake up with those. But my Sundays are normally all about relaxation and family and good self-care and that kind of stuff. And what I noticed by the time 7:30 rolled around last night was that I was in this absolute just mood, like really, really full of doubt, full of negativity, full of frustration and anger, and my positive, turned on, high expectation energy was gone. Oh, hey, good morning, Patrick and Mark. Thank you for joining. And that just, it really, I sat there for a little bit just going, okay, what the heck is this? Where did it come from? And what I realized was that it was just like I had been around a whole bunch of positive plus negative and all this different stuff, and I had just allowed myself to take it on. had not set up proper energetic grounding tools, you could say. Good morning, Michael. So I had this internal fight within myself going on. Like I had changed different things on my website, and then I had all this internal fighting happen inside, much like my birds this morning having that internal fight happen. And what that took me to was, good morning, Scott. And what that took me to was the realization that there are certain things that really cannot live together. So the strangers that we're talking about is the stranger of basically opportunity and stability. Opportunity and I have it written down here. Hold on. I made a whole bunch of notes trying to. Security and opportunity are two strangers that, security and opportunity are two strangers that cannot coexist. So you're not going to gain massive opportunity in your life, opportunity in what you want to do, in the pursuit that you are trying to, take on. If you feel that it is a calling from God, you could say, the thing that you have to birth, you can't let yourself die with the music inside of you. If it is one of those things, you have to brace yourself for the truth, the reality that security and opportunity don't coexist. They cannot be roommates. They absolutely cannot be roommates. So with great opportunity also will bring up a sense of that, there went my security blanket. There went my security blanket. And the reason why that's there, why that happens, I should say, is that with every great opportunity, that calling, you could say, that life path that we just can't stop thinking about, that we can't say no to, the relationship that pushes us a little bit further out of our comfort zones to make happen, overcoming health challenges, overcoming financial challenges, all these different things that we desire, right? Because it always comes back to our desire and our belief. Well, when you're desiring great things, and those things that, the blessings that are, what's the saying, biblical quote, God's blessings are pressed down and overflowing. So, all those blessings that are pressed down and overflowing for us, for us to be able to receive it, we have to get very, very comfortable in the uncomfort of the reality that opportunity and security don't go hand in hand. And the reason behind that is that anything that we're really supposed to do, that we're moved to do, is going to be based in having faith, having certainty, having belief. And all great things that we pursue really are about our faith, our certainty, our belief, and our desire to make it happen. So look at the things that you're claiming that you want, that you're claiming that you desire, and where are you being pushed in your faith to receive? Because if you never push outside of your comfort zone, you're never going to move ahead. So imagine, how would a turtle ever take a step forward if he never pulled his head out of his shell? Even a turtle has to take his head out, stick his head out of his shell to move forward. Even a turtle has to do that. Yet so many of us are in life and we remain in our shells. We remain hidden, safe, captive to our own fears of a loss of security, when in truth security doesn't exist. It's not there. It's all false. It's an illusion, right? So if you get used to that everything can be taken away like that, why not just move forward and say yes? Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your dreams. Say yes to the things that you want. And if that means that you have to appear to be doing things that are not socially making sense, then so be it, because chances are everybody around you is going to go, why are you doing that? That's crazy. Are you sure you want to do that? Like, do you know it could happen? Are you really doing that? That's, it's been quite some time that you've been asserting your faith there, and nothing's happened, and getting you to question, getting doubt to pop in, and realize that that's your ego bringing stuff to you, constantly trying to push you off of the rails of what you're desiring. And don't take those doubt doors, right? I mean, I believe that's why I was calling them back in December, doubt doors. Don't take the doubt doors, because every time you drop down into doubt, you open up the opportunity to lose exactly what you're wanting. Sorry, I can't get comfortable for some reason. Okay. So remember that any great undertaking is going to, for sure, push the boundaries on, push your internal boundaries, your spiritual boundaries, your belief boundaries, your boundaries on feeling what feels right and what feels wrong. Hey, good morning, Crystal. So yeah, but realize that, as you're pushing and these doubt doors are popping up and you're pushing past, and then you might see all of a sudden, things that you count as your security blanket, things that are there, all of a sudden being stripped away from you. And it's going to feel really, and you're going to question, why is God doing this? Why is the universe doing this? Hold on, stuff goes flying now. Okay. Why is all this stuff being kind of stripped away? And there you go. It's being stripped away because opportunity and security don't go hand in hand, right? So if you really want big changes, realize that you're going to have to really, really breathe into it. So I just realized I do have a story. I was like, I think I have a story, like a current story that I can share. But God just reminded me that I was just told a story just yesterday. So, okay. So I think everybody who's kind of current on here knows that both my oldest daughters moved to Maui back in December, and now their guys are with them. And my oldest daughter, she kind of is just like, she just drives through things. She makes stuff happen right away. I mean, shit just is boom, and she's not overly concerned about, she's a very security-minded person. She wants everything taken care of, and, like that. But she also understands that she's got to go out there and basically jump out of the airplane and hope that her parachute opens, and she doesn't even know if she was given one yet. And she does it repeatedly. She just keeps jumping. And with her, things just happen really, really quick, and blessings open up. So, she went over, and not even 24 hours later, she had a job, and a good paying job. And then it was maybe 2 weeks later, and she had a house set up. So she just went boom, boom, boom. She got everything that she needed. Now my second oldest daughter, her little sister, who's 19 months younger than her, she kind of has an opposite perspective on life. So she's more of the, why is the world attacking me person. Even though she has nothing to, like, her life is fine. She's got a good guy in her life. She's got family around. She's not alone. I mean, she's got her big sister right there. She got a job within 2 days of landing on the island. She knows that she could easily come back. Not that she wants to come back, but she knows that she could ask me for stuff. I'm never going to let her be homeless or without food. But it's just like the world is always going after her in different ways. Internally, right? Externally, she's sitting on fucking Maui, and she's complaining from the beach. It's like, whatever. But so she has been literally 2 months of fighting, you could say, and in every sense of the word. She has been kind of fighting this, and I actually thought that the island might throw her off. I'm like, it's possible. She may be sleeping on my couch in the next few weeks. That's okay. The island might throw her off. And what happened was she opened up the doorways, but it took the universe beating the crap out of her, and she literally had to have her security blankets removed to step into opportunity. So this is what happened. She was starting out, she was sleeping on the lanai on a blow-up bed at Grandma and Grandpa's house, okay? So she's sleeping there, everything's going fine, but then she's getting bitchy with Grandma and Grandpa because they're very controlling, and she's a free spirit, so that doesn't work very well. So they are fighting and bickering, and then she gets the job really quick, and she's going to work, and work is great, and all this different stuff. And then her sister gets a place, so then she goes and she stays with her sister, you know, for a week or whatever, and in that process, her boyfriend gets there. Well, you would think that after being parted for 2-3 weeks, that it would be a happy, turned-on reunion, and I'm sure it was heated on the front side like that. But what it moved into was it was more about fighting and, you know, the stress. The stress got to both of them. So she focused in on the stress and the fact that she was feeling like she had no opportunity and that her security blankets were getting stripped away. She couldn't go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. She's fighting with her fiance, and, you know, it's not the loving, awesome, peaceful picture that she had in her head, to the point that they're fighting so much and she's being so negative that her own sister looked at her and said, I love you, but you guys have got to go, get out. And she threw them out of her house. And she's like, I came over here for a peaceful lifestyle, for an easy lifestyle, I have this picture in my head and you're messing with it. I love you, get out. So they lost that shelter. They lost that, you know, that right there. And there went what? Security blanket. Security blanket just got stripped away. Now she's got a great job. He's got a great job. There's no reason for them to start really freaking out other than they haven't had enough time to save up and move themselves to where they want. But God took away that security blanket. So they went back to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And it's like, that's not really going to work for more than maybe 2 days, right? And sure enough, we were talking like 4 days later, she actually started putting her energy out there and looking for places. And within 4 days, you know, she knew that the pressure was on. She couldn't go back to her sister's house. She didn't want to admit defeat, is the way she would look at it, and come back here to Texas. And she, you know, knew that she couldn't stay with Grandma and Grandpa, and her uncle doesn't have space for her. So so there you go. So what happened 4 days later, yesterday, she Zooms me and she's showing me around her new house. She's showing me around her new house. But it wasn't until quite literally every one of those security blankets got taken away from her that she felt the push, the urgency that she paid attention to. It's not that she didn't feel it. This is she chose to pay attention to that sense of urgency in that moment. And here's the thing, and I'm stating it like that because, hello, Mika. If we get these pushes of urgency and we basically kick them underneath the rug, we make up excuses as to why we shouldn't pay attention to those senses of urgency. And every time we push that sense of urgency down and push it away, hey, good morning, Michael. There's lots of people on. It really is that we are denying our intuition. We are denying our divine connection. We're turning away from spirit. We're turning away from God. And we'll say, oh no, I believe in something greater than. I believe in something greater than. I believe that my life is moved, or, you know, and maybe you don't believe that. I know there's plenty of people out there, but I'm pretty sure that anybody listening to this has some belief of something greater and higher than, you know, a consciousness. It's not just us. So, if you believe in something greater than self, and that there is some sort of connection, then how can you deny that everything is happening for a reason? And how can you deny that when the illusionary security blankets are getting stripped away, that what they're actually opening up to is opportunity? The opportunity to walk through those doorways of desire, the opportunity to have exactly what you want, what you've been saying that you want. You know, and if you've been following my Conscious Coffees, you're probably journaling. You're probably doing gratitude prayers in the morning and at night, maybe. You might be, you know, focusing in on reading certain books and listening to certain audio series and all these different things that's going on. It's all about Desire and belief, desire and belief, desire and belief, right? What are those two things equal? Desire plus your belief equals your blessings. Without desire, if you just have belief, it's not going to get you anywhere. Woo, so you have belief. What do you have belief in? I have belief in God. Okay, great. What do you want? I don't know. Figure out what the fuck you want. Figure out what you want. If you just have desire, but you don't have belief, now you're saying I'm a one person system. I don't need anything else. Well, you can make things happen. You can make lots of things happen that way, yes. But you are going to wear yourself out because you don't have the energy, truly the energy to make things happen. And what's going to end up happening is you're pushing, 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 and only relying on self-made energy, is that you end up just kind of fizzling out, and you're really only working in the material world. You're not working in the spiritual, emotional world. And whatever you're desiring in the material world, if it's not supported with the emotional backing, where you're going to have joy, happiness, gratitude, the power of gratitude, you know, if you're not having those things, then what good is, I mean, how long are you really going to be happy because you drive a nicer car than your neighbors? Like what? Until the end of the day? It doesn't fucking matter what kind of car you drive, what house you're in, what name brand your clothes are, you know, who does your nails, where you went on a trip. None of that matters. It's just maybe I said where you went on a trip, you know. Ask yourself this question. If I gave you a camera and I asked you to, and you could go anywhere you want in the world, and I told you, I want you to take all the pictures that you want, where would you go? Where would you go? And I encourage anybody who's listening, just type in the destination that popped into your head right now. Just type in the destination that popped into your head. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee. So I want to see at least like 2 people respond to that, okay? Tell me where your destination is. You've got a camera. You can take all the pictures you want. Where's the destination of your choice? Wow, don't all act at the same time. It's just a destination. Say Bali, Maui, Peru. Come on, I'm giving you some choices since it's early. Paris, Italy. Paris, there you go. Yeah, I must have been picking up on you, Mika. Okay, Rome, Paris. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Mika. Germany. Okay, Costa Rica. Yes, Michael, Costa Rica. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, you can take the trip of your dreams, but you're not allowed to take a camera. Not allowed to take a camera. No filming. No video. Where would you go? Go for it. Share where you would go. Or whatever just came up inside of you. Any ideas as to where would you go if you could not take your camera with you? All right, just to answer this. Is it different? Do you have all of a sudden this feeling, since nobody's wanting to admit? Okay, Michael's still going to Costa Rica. Anywhere with my sweetheart. Okay. Anywhere as long as you have somebody with you. Okay. Not necessarily Paris though. Okay. Okay. So what you might be noticing, for those of you who have not responded and those of you who did respond, thank you, by the way, thank you. The sensation that went through your body. Number one, it was probably like, what the fuck? Why can't I take my camera, right? Like, I just took my camera away. Without the camera, I'll take the pictures with my eyes. Right, right. And the point is that there's 2 different kinds of happiness. There is the external happiness and there's the internal happiness. So the things, a lot of the times we do things in life to make ourselves happy, or so we believe, but they're based on like the desire to take pictures. We go on a trip, we go out to a nice restaurant, we go have some sort of experience, right? We have these experiences. Our memories are with us. But a lot of the times when we are focused in on the I want to take pictures, we tell ourselves that it is for the memories and the holding of the memories. But what do we do with those memories? When we take pictures, well, number one, we upload them really quickly to Facebook, right? We put them on Instagram, we put them on social media, we do all this different stuff. We carry our favorite ones on our phone. We make sure that everything else gets uploaded to Dropbox. We file them carefully, and then we might print up, a picture book, or we might just print them up. Maybe we don't. A lot of it, we might hang some on our wall. We do all these different things with pictures, and those pictures are there to the belief is that they're there to give us this reminder. But in truth, what we're doing every time we're doing that kind of stuff is that we are grabbing outward for other people's attention, and they're, oh, that must have been a great trip. Oh, you look so happy in that picture. Oh, that's such a blessing that you could take your family and do that. Oh, that's amazing. I wish I could do that. Da, 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 da. So what we're doing is we're actually leaning in, or it isn't a very ego-based thing, you could say, and it is us trying to get approval from outside of ourselves, where when you then look about it, like, where would I go if I'm not taking any pictures? Where would you go if you're not taking any pictures? Well, some people, it's going to change drastically. It's going to be like, well, why do I don't even care to go. If I can't take pictures, I don't even really want to go. Or I'm going to change it to something smaller than the original. Why? Why are you changing it? Why are you changing it from this big, beautiful trip that you had planned to something smaller? Why are you accepting small just because you can't take pictures? That's the question. Why are you accepting small just because you can't take pictures? What is that really truly saying? Get in alignment to your desire. Get into alignment to your happiness, to your joy, and really allow yourself to step into that and fuck the pictures. Now, granted, I would never say don't take your camera on a trip, because I love taking pictures. A lot of the times I don't share the majority of the pictures. I pick and choose through my pictures, and some of the best pictures I still have on my laptop, but nobody really sees. Experiences are so much better than material possessions. Memories shared with loved ones are made up of little moments, everyday experiences. Yes. And truthfully, that's all we ever get to take with us, right? Or so we hope, because we don't really know. But having done some of the work that I've done over the course of years, I know that I carry memory, what feels like memories, and I have feelings in my physical body, and I've experienced different things that I have not experienced in this life. So I'm pretty confident that we carry memories with us. We do, in different ways. But the point is that we tend to hold on to these things that we feel is security based, and we step away from our opportunity when we focus too much on those security blankets. We focus in on the small things, because security blankets really are the small things. Security blankets are, and I'm not saying rush out there and quit your job because you want to start your own business. No, you have to work smart in that category, but realize that at some point you can always, if you're waiting for the right time, it's like the couple that says, oh, we're going to wait 5 years to have a baby, and then 10 years go by and they still haven't had a child, and they're like, oh, well, we're waiting for the right time. We're waiting until we have enough money saved up. We're waiting until we can buy the right house. We're waiting till he's got this promotion at work. We're waiting till blah 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 blah. We're waiting, and then all of a sudden they're 50 years old. She's gone through the change of life, and they can't have children anymore. So then, yeah, they can adopt, of course, and that's beautiful and awesome and amazing. What a blessing to give a child. But if they really want to experience having a child of their own, if they were constantly waiting for the right opportunity, when will the right opportunity happen? You know, if you want it, make it happen. Just make it happen. Make it happen now. Make it happen now, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Now is it. Right now. That's it. That's it. And you don't even know if you got the next 5 minutes. So start, like, how can you make it happen? Well, it starts right here. It's right here. All great discoveries have been made by people whose faith ran ahead of their minds. And when you hear that statement, all great discoveries have been made by people whose faith ran ahead of their minds. And that is quite literally, you know, you got the mind, and you got the brain, and you got the mind, and then you got the spirit, right? And the brain is the physical thing in our head, obviously, but it does not, it's responsible for running this vehicle that we're driving, our bodies, right? And it's responsible for making certain connections and helping with certain vibrations to keep connections there. And then you have your mind, which is really not in your head. It's not a physical muscle tissue with blood running through it. It is an energetic base of connection, a circuitry of energy, and it is here, right? And so we have our mind, but then we have the societal mind, and then we have even the mega societal mind of, like, the United States. So we got our mind, then we got our city's mind, or our neighborhood community's mind, and then we have our state's mind, and then we have our country's mind, and then we have the world mind. So it really just kind of ripples out to that level. And every single one of them are interwoven and affect each other, which is where we could go back to, what are your peeps telling you, right? The people that you choose to hang around, because that is an effect on the mind. So that is, you know, that's your small group mind and your community mind. And like in the United States, it's like we kind of understand, like, oh, they live there, so they're of a certain mindset probably. This is interesting how different cities, different states have different energies to them when you're looking at the kind of people that live in each state or energy. And yeah, there's lots of different kinds of people in every single area, but there is some sort of underlying current normally that's a connecting tool to draw people there. Well, when you're having a great discovery, you have to get outside of, even not in the brain, not in the mind, but now we go to the openness of spirit. And that openness of spirit is the connecting rod, the connecting cord, whatever the heck you want to call it, to the grander plan, the greater vision, which is the vision of the universe, the vision of God. And that comes through faith. Faith that everything is really being achieved in its own time, perfectly. Every single moment happens at exactly the right time that it needs to happen. And we have to aim high. We have to aim high. We have to take risks. We have to breathe it in no matter what. When we go, there is no right time. The right time is now. The right time is now. Jump out of the plane. Okay? The right time is now. Take that leap. The right time is now. Make the commitment. Make the commitment. So I'll end with this quote. Those who don't take chances don't make advances. That's from Mason, one of my favorite authors. And it's what you have to do, right? So if you want advances in your life, you're going to have to take some chances. You're going to have to breathe it in. You're going to have to push through and really look for those areas that you are trying to get stability to roommate with opportunity. And if you want the opportunity, realize that at some point, this one is going to go away, okay? It's going to go away temporarily, and you're going to be blessed with so much more, so much more, so much more. So, okay, guys, let's see what time it is, and I feel kind of like, whew. So, I love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you shared there. Go think about the pictures, okay? About what that really, when I changed that up for you, what that like did inside your body, okay? Your realizations, what was going on. And as always, if you find it within your heart to share the conscious coffee, please, those share buttons right there, okay? Share it, help me promote it. Oh, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow at, I think 12:30, I'll post it today on my Facebook, but I am doing, I'm going to be on the Union Show tomorrow. We're going to be talking about connection. It's somewhere around noon Central Time, I think it's noon Central Time. So I'm going to be on there, and it's going to be myself, 2 gentlemen, and another woman. And so we're going to help do all the posting on that today, but it's going to be a really, really great show. I think it's 30 or 45 minutes long, something like that. And it's going to be all on connection and how connection affects our relationships, our life, our goals, our desire. So all that good stuff. Anyways, yeah. So please share this though. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow at 6 a.m. ish in the morning. Okay? Love you. Bye.